I think my favorite movie that you ever made, beside The Whale, is School Ties. And, the other guys in the film, it was what? Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, right? He was in it.
Chris.
And boom, you go out to L.A. and you get this movie, School Ties. What? How long did it take you?
At first, I read for it. It was when I first arrived in town, and it was under a different director, and I didn't get the job. And they were casting for their David for a long time, I'm told. And then about 8 or 9 months later, I came back under a new casting director, and they said, okay, go meet Sherry Lansing, who was running Paramount. And she said, I want to do a test. What are you doing on Thursday? And I thought, in my naivete, I thought it was like an exam or something like that. I didn't know. And
the SATs.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I started panicking a little bit. And then we went to the Paramount lot, and Tak Fujimoto was the DP, and Matt Damon was my scene partner. And I just remember thinking, he's already got the job. And this is my shot here. And like, okay, don't mess this up. Bring things down a size. I was used to being on stage at that point in my life and playing to the back row, and I knew that I needed to match pitch with Matt. So I felt like I was his wingman or something, and I think that's why I got hired.
But these guys that you ended up with, Ben Affleck in this movie, Matt Damon, Chris O'Donnell.
Yes.
This was before we even knew who Ben Affleck and Matt Damon were. This is before
Brendan Fraser.
Right. This is before Good Will Hunting. And then you kind of have described that even with your acting career, it was those guys you were always up against. It was the same guys trying out for every part, and do you begin to just get frustrated by these guys? And when you see them hit it with Good Will Hunting, you're like, what the fuck happened?
I was
Those two schlubs?
overjoyed for them. I know these schmoes. I was so happy for them.
Right.
They did a great job. And in making School Ties, in a way, I felt like David, because his story is that he wants to belong. And we, at some point in our lives or another, we've all felt like we've had our nose pressed up against the glass, and there's something keeping us out, and we want to be a part of what's in there. In this case, David wanted to be a part of this school. He wanted the camaraderie. He wanted the glory that sport brought him, but it came at a cost. And the barrier is that he was Jewish, and their anti-Semitism kept him out. So for all that need of wanting to belong, I identified with that because I felt like I want to be a part of this Hollywood. Also,
that scene in that movie where you're wrestling, you're in the shower, you're naked, Matt's naked, and then you guys fight in the shower and you're wrestling. Were you guys fully nude in that scene?
Absolutely.
You were?
Absolutely. Yeah.
No kidding. I would have freaked out.
Well, yeah, it was scary. It's scary to do that. And when you're an actor and you're starting off, you're ambitious and game for pretty much anything. They say jump, you say how high. But at the same time, I appreciated that this isn't really for wow or a scintillating factor of going, hey, look at that naked people. The point of it is that when Damon's character says what he says about David, it just reveals who he is. His anti-Semitism and his prejudice is stripped down naked, and it's ugly. And the door is locked, and they fight over it like shaved apes that need to be pulled apart because they run out of things to say to one another. And it just turns into an ugly knuckle-dusting fit. And that's the point of the scene, really.
If someone said to me, listen, this is the role of a lifetime, but you got to fight nude, I'd have to turn down the role. I'm not confident in that area. I'm just not. I admire your confidence.